Check, 1, 2. All right, okay, we're on. Hi everyone, welcome and thank you so much for joining today's drawing session. It's our very first one ever together. This one has been requested by one of my fantastic patrons, so thank you so much, dude, for that. He requested me to draw faces for you guys and kind of take you step by step about kind of how I approach the topic. So just a disclaimer before we start anything. Honestly, drawing a good face is like a lifelong skill. Like you could be 100 years old, the master of the art, and I'm pretty sure there is still things that you could learn about how to draw a face. So, that being said, it's such a broad topic that I can't cover the whole thing in a 30-minute video. One of my absolute artist heroes, Keenan Lafferty, has literal, years of content about this stuff. But today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a crash course, and if there's anything else that you'd like me to elaborate on, I'll do that in future videos. So, yeah, let me show you, or tell you even, because you can't see my notes. But let me tell you a little bit about what the class structure is. So today I'm going to start with the very, very basics, about learning to draw from references and the general anatomy of the face, drawing faces at different angles, different expressions, etc. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I stylize and simplify portraits in order to make them fit my style. And at the end of this session, we're going to draw this lovely moody gentleman together with a little bit of lovely, relaxing music. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know I'm probably going to be a little bit all over the place, but the more of these that I do, the better I'm gonna get at them. And yeah. I will also set a little bit of homework at the end of this video, so stay tuned till the end. If you have any ideas for future classes, please let me know. I'll be doing these every single month for my patrons for the tier that's $10 or more. Yeah, so let's do this. Alright, boom, step 1. Okay, the first part of this lesson is going to be about learning to look. And it might sound ridiculous, but trust me, I cannot stress enough how important it is to look at a bunch of human faces. So here I pulled up a bunch of different people from Pinterest, different ages, genders, different races, different facial structures. And honestly, most of the time when I'm drawing, I am drawing from reference, and the misconception that drawing from references somehow means that you're a bad artist and you can't come up with anything by yourself is a complete misconception, because I can almost promise you that every single artist that you look up to today on Instagram has started this way, only now they have progressed onto a level where they remember all of the anatomy that they've learned through drawing all of these different faces, and they can now sort of mix and match different facial features in order to create more original characters. But everybody, at some point in their life, has done a heck of a lot of drawing from references, and some people still do. In fact, loads of people make entire careers from drawing portraits of really rich people, cartoonists from Disney. You know, when they're designing different characters, they're drawing real people. And this is what every single one of us should be doing every single day, because it might sound a little bit harsh, but drawing your Instagram perfect model, you know, a white, beautiful female that might be a little bit tan sometimes, but has those almost perfect face-tuned features, well, that's not going to make you a better artist. What is going to make you a better artist is looking at real people and learning to draw real anatomy, and using those things that you learn when you draw somebody's face in order to then take back into your own style. And it's like learning how to add numbers. If you have never been told what 2 plus 2 is, then you'll not be able to extrapolate that. Same with teaching your brain how to see. It is a legitimate skill and it should not be overlooked, especially when drawing faces. It's so important. And keeping all that in mind, let's now talk about the basic face proportions. So I'm sure everybody's seen this type of easy face drawing, in quotation marks, tutorial online. There are some better than others, But the basic gist is you draw a circle, then you drop the chin down underneath the circle, put a line through the center again horizontally where your eye line is, then some sort of an inverted triangle that ends halfway between your eyes and your chin, which is your nose, and then halfway between your nose and your chin is your mouth. And I mean, these are useful if we're not drawing people, because it's good to sort of know like the basic building blocks of a face. And I'd still say definitely practice drawing in this way, but remember that the final outcome isn't going to be very human. It's going to be what a computer would draw a human as. Whilst the truth is that, you know, nobody has perfectly symmetrical facial features. Nobody has, you know, lips that are smack bang between your chin and your nose. Some people might have your lips a bit higher, some people might have your lips a bit lower. You know, your eyebrows are also so important because they essentially frame the entire face. You know, your neck is, unless you're a bodybuilder, never the width of your actual head. Even if you look in the mirror, your neck doesn't come out of your chin. Your neck comes out of the base of your skull. So some of these tutorials, especially the ones that I was taught in secondary school, are not the most helpful. So here I'm going to show you guys how I do it instead. I start with just the basic face shape. So this guy's face shape is going to be quite round. Then I drop the vertical right through the center of the eyes. I don't usually bother with the horizontal eye line, but for this particular drawing, I thought I would, just to make it a little bit simpler to see. And then I draw in the eye sockets. So if you imagine this to be a skull instead of a face, this is where the eye sockets of the skull will be. And as far as guides and templates and stuff, this is literally all I use. I find adding any other guides to the picture actually quite off-putting, and that's where, you know, my faces start looking really, really stiff, which for my style isn't very good because it's already such a simplistic style. The rest of the portrait is literally just me making decisions about what I want this person to look like, about the size of their eyes and the position of their brows and the length of their nose and all of that. All the rest of it is decisions made by me as the artist that's drawing the portrait. The next thing I'd probably say about creating a very compelling portrait is that it needs expression. But before we're ready to jump onto expression, I also wanted to really quickly just talk about different facial angles, which to me is probably one of the most important things in art. As you can see, like, this portrait, it's not bad, but it's not very interesting because he's just looking straight at you. Whilst when it comes to angles, this is where you can add a lot more interest into your portrait. So let's take this girl for example. There is a lot of space at the top of her head, which suggests that she's actually looking down. And just the way by which she's holding her face and holding her head is just so expressive. You could blank out her face and still, just by the very silhouette of this girl's portrait, you could sort of get an idea about what her personality is like, what she might be going through. And the most importantly, it's actually creating a lot of interest in the portrait. We're so unaware of what faces actually look like thanks to smartphones and cameras, because we're so used to seeing our own faces so dead straight on, whilst in fact, you know, your entire face, when you're drawing it, shifts, for example, down if you're looking down. If you're looking up, all the foreshortening and space and dimension in your face changes. So this is a really good exercise to start doing, is just taking some photos of other people or yourself and learning where things actually end up shifting from different perspectives. From the moment that I found this portrait, I absolutely fucking fell in love with it. I think she is fantastic. So she's holding her head up a little bit, but not only do all her features follow the perspective of her head, but also her expression does. She's just so, like, surprised, and she's absolutely awesome. But this entire topic about the angles of the face complementing expression is just, it's very, very big, and I might have to cover it in another video because, quite frankly, I just won't be able to fit everything into this video. So, as I've already said a million times, the expressions are the most important part of any drawing ever. You could draw a stick man, but if he has a funny smile on him, people will like it because they empathize with that character. And it doesn't have to be a particularly human-looking character to be able to make somebody empathize with them. For example, the reason why we love dogs so much is because their faces emote to a certain extent. And whenever I start drawing characters or portraits, I start with these little circle heads just to get my mind thinking about what sort of an expression I want them to have. And they might look a little bit like emoticons or emojis or whatever they're called these days, but that's besides the point. So you might be asking, what makes a great expression? And to me, the answer is so simple. Lips and eyebrows. And that's it really. Depending on where and how you draw different characters, lips and eyebrows can just make the expression so different, as I'm showing to you guys right now with this cute little circle head. The other thing you can do if you're quite detailed about the way you draw eyes is that you can draw the irises differently. So for example, if you've got, most of your iris covered by a lid, you can look super bored. Or if it's teeny tiny in the center of an eye, you can look super scared. But expressions are so much fun. So here I'm just showing you guys a little character sheet from a really old character that I drew in my old style, in which I don't really draw anymore, just to give you guys some ideas for expressions that you could be drawing and having so much fun with. So the last thing I wanted to just really quickly touch on is simplification, stylization, and experimentation with your art. So I'm just going to really quickly touch onto this topic because quite frankly it's such a big topic and this video is already getting really long and I don't want to bore you guys to tears. So if you're like me, a big fan of cartoons and manga and comics, you'll realize that there are so many different ways to draw facial features, and every culture and even every artist has their own ways of drawing facial features. And the best way to find out how you like to draw facial features in order to draw your portraits is to simplify, experiment, and stylize things. And don't feel like you have to draw things just as they are on the picture. As long as the decision is made consciously, that will then start reflecting your identity as an artist. So over here, I'm just drawing some really simple eyes, just stripped down to their very basics, almost infographic style, and some noses, which this isn't at all how I draw noses. This is more how I draw noses. But yeah, and different face shapes. So don't be afraid. Just because something doesn't look like anyone else has drawn it, well, that just might be because you're the person that drew it. So trust your gut and trust yourself. And let's now finish this lesson with some relaxing music. And I'm going to draw this guy for you guys. So this moody gentleman has really got my creative juices going because I love the expression on his face. So this is where I'm going to shut up and just draw. Alright guys, so that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. This is literally the first one of these things I've ever made in my entire life, so please be nice, but give me loads of critique, because if I know what you guys need, then I can make it better. So as I said, there is homework at the end of this session. I would like you guys to go over to YouTube and check out Ahmed Al-Dori. He did the 100 Faces challenge, and as far as I know, there's a Pinterest board attached to it, so I will link to his video in the description section of this post, and yeah, go check it out, and I challenge you guys to try and do 100 faces, and I'll try to do it as well, but please remember that I've got so much work to do, so it might take me a while. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I shall see you in another tutorial.